Hey guys, Hate Mail here. Just want to do a quick video on Red Robin. He's a really fun character. I'm enjoying him a lot more than I wasn't sure about him because I was worried that he might be another Superboy. And granted, his damage isn't great, but you wouldn't expect that with a utility character. Overall, I think he's pretty good character, not meta-defining in any way, shape, or form, but he does allow you to not have to use Steppenwolf or Red Hood lead on teams, surprisingly. You can take on Deathstroke teams by using his basic to debuff or put buff immunity on the lead character. He can remove because he has his legendary upgrade that allows it so he can't miss, so he can remove the buffs from MJHQ. Now he can still get enraged and ruin that. That's why I kind of have Raven on the team. I just recently geared her up and I've been having a lot of fun with her. She hits pretty hard and she can remove the buffs from Harley Quinn MJ. And then he obviously pairs awesome with Clayface and Mirror Master. So once again, he's like I said, he's a fun character, does a lot of utility. I have in a couple occasions had him one shot a Mystic, as you can see just right there. He did a pretty heavy hit to Siren, and he doesn't do terrible damage. He's not, he's no some of the other physical characters that we've been seeing doing crazy damage, but he doesn't do that. But with his legendaries, um, right now I'm leaning towards taking his 1 second that apply buff immunity to target is just a really good ability. Granted, he has to be invisible, that's why I like pairing him with Clayface. And then on his second ability, the tech support, some people are taking that early. I like it a little bit later. I think I'd take that third just because I don't find it as useful as the others, even though it's a super strong ability in itself. And then this is his bread and butter. I would take this first as his number one, having the can't miss and then purge two buffs if an enemy is taunting or invisible, which is pretty easy to requirement to have. His fourth ability I'd probably take last. It's good ability, but the other ones are just better, purging one debuff from each ally at the end of each turn. And then the last one is his bow staff. It allows him to use this ability twice. I do think that his invisibility that's on his character now accounts for himself when people are invisible because I see it happen all the time. Granted, I'm using an invisibility heavy team, but it does seem to proc quite a bit. And when I faced against him in a match, it drove me crazy because it kept procking over and over and over. And I think if he's doing it twice over and over and over, it's going to be kind of reminiscent of old Castaway Green Arrow. So my legendary order right now would probably be 3-1-2-5-4 is what I'm thinking. But pretty interesting character. I wouldn't go crazy out of your way to get him, but this PvP cycle, he's definitely worth going up the ranks and grabbing. I think there's going to be other synergies down the road that's going to make him more useful. Probably, I think True Sight, they're trying to make a thing, and I think he definitely does a better job with it than Superboy did. And because he does the buff immunity on the characters, so that makes him more of a threat. I mean, you're not going to be too afraid of them when you see them, but being able to go around or allowing your heavy hitters to go around is going to have some heavy use, I think, down the road, especially if they add characters that more characters that are like Poison Ivy that can let you cast taunt on characters, especially if they're faster. Um, I'll let you go ahead and just watch this match, and this one's a pretty good one that showcases Red Robin's abilities a little better. Not so much his true sight, but his buff immunity. That's the other thing. Against Bane, it works really well. I tried to use his third ability there at the beginning to attack Zatanna. Every now and again, he'll crit and it'll one shot. But the other nice thing is against Superman, it gets rid of his taunt. Granted, he'll purge those off himself, but Clayface and Mirror Master is just fun. I can't stop using those lately. It's fun seeing I have a bunch of defensive wins against Deathstroke. I can't remember if I mentioned that earlier in the video, but I think Deathstroke users underestimated Red Robin. There's one thing I don't like whenever you have those big stack of debuffs on a character, you can't see that he has damage immunity, so I wasn't sure when it was falling off, and he had so many speed downs on him that he wasn't getting a turn forever. And I realized that after a little while, so I decided to start attacking him with Clayface to try to get rid of some of those buffs. I think, yeah, a little bit later in the match. I still haven't figured out how to do the live stream thing properly yet, so that's why I have to pre-record and then watch them while I talk, which isn't nearly as cool as our next week's guest on We Are Our Legends, which is Fanatic Jalapeno. Fanatic Jalapeno, I think is how to pronounce it. I'm having a lot of fun with Raven too. She's a character I think did a lot better at Gear 11. And I think that's all the videos I'm going to go ahead and do for today. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, we had our episode 16 of We Are Our Legends, which features Ogre's trips to the DC Legends headquarters at Warner Brothers Studios. Really good, fun episode. A lot of hints for what's coming next month in March. So be sure to check that out. Thank you all for listening.